Good evening, guys. So I'm walking down to the creek. If you've seen other videos, it's been pretty dry, and if you've seen how small it is, today might surprise you a little bit if you've never seen it overflowed, and it almost resembles the actual river now. But look what I found. I'm not sure if I'm going to find any frogs today, but I thought I'd just bring this along. I was looking for something in my garage and I didn't even remember having this. So this is like a pond scooper, you know, or something. And this is actually perfect for the frogs down here because they're not very big and they shouldn't fit through there. The ones I do have, the frogs would easily fit through there and escape. But I'm just going to bring this just in case. But I don't think there's anything down here because I actually already did walk down here. And I was shocked just how overflowing it is. Look at this. If you didn't see the other video, I mean, it's just the other day before it rained, you were able to walk to that point and walk across there and get to the other side. I kind of wish it was like this all the time. Of course, you know, you'd have to readjust the bridge a little bit and stuff like that. But I wish it was bigger. Maybe we'd get some more fish and just some different kind of, maybe more turtles, I don't know. But anyway, this is what it looks like. I'm not going to be able to go over there, but I am going to walk this way and see if we can see anything interesting. Do you guys hear that? So I do hear some frogs. But look at this. So we're not even able to ride the three-wheeler down here anymore because I got my sandals on today. The water is freezing. So this is, oh, you guys hear that? So something jumped. So you never know if we're gonna see frogs or not. But usually with me talking, they jump, or probably just hear the vibration of me walking through here. So if you remember, if you do want to check how low usually the river is, I think I have a video just a couple days ago, or one where we let the turtle go right here, if you can believe it or not. Before, when I let the turtle go here, there's like a little drop off, like at least maybe 2 feet or 3 feet, and then he'd get to the water and then he went on his way. But here now you can see I'm standing in water. I hear something back there. It could be a deer, it really could be anything. But look at that. You can't even see where it ends over there. I see water all through there. I might walk through there in a second to see where it ends, but I mean, it's pretty large right now. You can't even see where it ends. That tree right there, it goes beyond that. But this is pretty cool. I just think, you know, nature always changes. So you walk through here one day, you come back the next day, and it could be completely different. Which right now it is. So if I kept walking and walked over here, it'd get pretty deep. I'm guessing at least 4 feet maybe. I don't think it's over my head. I really don't feel like walking through there right now, but I'm guessing at least 4 or 5 feet. It's really hard to tell. This would be pretty fun though, to take the three-wheeler through here, or a four-wheeler, or one of those like razor things. Oh, there actually goes a frog. So here they're probably confused just because they're used to standing on the ledge and people come by, they just kind of jump into the water, but now it's like level. This is pretty much level. I'm pretty lucky to even walk through here because you can see the water here and the water is right across. So anymore, these two water sources would be meeting. There's like a muddy area back here. It's hard to tell from this angle. You can see the water right here. You can hear them in the background. I'll shut up for a second and see if you can hear that. Of course, they only talk when I talk. What a difference. Who doesn't like playing in the mud though? I can't be the only one. Dane, if you're watching this, I bet you like playing in the mud like this. You have a story for every situation I've ever been in, so let's hear one of your mud stories. Or flooding. I bet you have an interesting flooding story too. Anything to do with water. But look how deep that is back there. I'm hoping to see a turtle or something, or a snapping turtle. I don't see anything so far. So just before, I was actually walking through here and it wasn't really even above my ankles, at least on this area. Back there it does get a little bit deeper. It depends what area you are in. Pretty green back here. This is like the swamp area. You can see all the water back there. All this grows so fast. You can see it's over my head. And thanks to my uncle, he cuts this down so you're able to actually walk through here. It's really tough walking through here just because of all the thorns. That really slows you down, and these are pretty cool. I saw those last time. Here's a dead tree. I'm surprised that didn't fall down. We had some pretty heavy winds. That one should fall down any time. It doesn't look like there's much holding that up. There's a frog I just heard in the background. Here's one that fell before and it was blocking this area, so we had to cut that down as well. There's a part of me that just wants to jump in there. But sometimes in here, there's actually like these rods, and sometimes they're deep or you can't really see them, so you got to be careful where you jump. Well, that's the last thing I want to do, is get jabbed with one of like a rod going through your waist or your leg. I'm not sure how deep that is here. There are some pretty deep areas. One of these areas is where there's a connecting small stream coming through. I think it's there or was back there. We're almost to the other bridge. I want to see what that one looks like. That is a huge tree too. I wouldn't be surprised if one of these times that falls over too on a heavy wind day. So here's some water. That wasn't so bad. Here's one of the paths. Let's go see how deep it is back there. I just want to see how bad the water is. There's some water to the right. Not so bad here. A little bit of water that way. I don't think I'm going to walk all the way down, but look at all this water here. We don't walk out there that much. Look at these. This is what really destroys the net. I'm trying to get this out. 1 second. Alright. Those will destroy this net. I'm trying to keep it intact as much as possible. So here's some water. That's pretty high, higher than usual. I don't know how people do it like in real swamps like Florida, walking through here. I don't have really much to fear walking through here, but I probably wouldn't be doing this if I was in an area that had like alligators or crocodiles or, you know, snakes. There are snakes in here, but I don't think much to worry about. There's a tree that fell. There's some water. This is a new tree that did fall. You can see this is kind of path for deer, it looks like it, or something walked through here. But here's a new tree that fell. That looks kind of dead. It's covered in vines, if you can tell, and those will destroy a tree. They like suffocate it. This steals all the water source, I think. But anyways, usually when there's vines on a tree, it usually kills them. But look at that, it snapped off right there. All right, well, go back this way real quick, and then we'll look at the other bridge. And I might walk in that other area just real quick. I don't want to get too muddy. But now that we have water, I'm not too worried about getting dirty out here anymore, or muddy. Before it was a pain, just because, you know, we had no water source. We could come down here, you know, and get some water, but I usually just went to my parents' house and took a shower or something. But anyway, we'll walk up here to see how the water is doing at this bridge. The other bridge where we were just at, that used to be the main bridge, and then eventually it just kind of washed away. With storms like this one, it doesn't take much to wash away. But this one isn't the worst. Before, we'd have storms where this whole thing was covered and like rushing pretty fast through here. So this one wasn't as bad. I've seen worse. But you can see it's pretty big for this river or this creek. Usually it's a lot smaller. And then this side, a tree actually fell down. That was not there before, so that's a pretty large tree. So we did have some pretty heavy winds. I don't think I can make it back there to take a closer look. The prickers is the main thing that stops you. Here, I'll use this side to kind of move those prickers right there. That's not a bad one, but I think any kind of pricker is not very enjoyable. I just want to take a quick peek back here. There are prickers everywhere. All right. So here's some of the tree. Let's go take a look up here. You guys let me know if you see anything on the ground. I want to see a snapping turtle. And snapping turtles get a bad rap. They're usually not so aggressive if they're like in their element. But you still should be careful. I'm stuck right here. All right, you can see, I can see a hole there. Oh, that, it looks like it just snapped off another tree, an existing tree. But that's a pretty good size. So that fell right across there. It's a pretty good size tree. I'm not sure if I can make it up there. I'm afraid to take this in because I don't want the net to get ruined. Oh. It's just really strange seeing the river so big. Usually it's just so tiny. I wish it was like this all the time though. That's really cool. It's cooler today, so the temperature really dropped. sometimes if it was like it was, you know, a couple days ago, it was like 95, maybe I'd think about jumping in, but the water's cooler. All right, look at all that moss on that. So there's kind of two trees that fell. Here's one. Look at that guy. Looks like he has a face. He's looking at us. So one fell here. Pretty deep hole. All right, let's see if I can make it up this hill. I got this net in one hand, the camera in the other. So hopefully I don't fall, which as soon as I say something, I usually do. All right, so this is where it snapped off. Wow. So that was the weakest link out of the four. See, there's one, and then two, three, and then the fourth broke off. There's kind of five. There's a little one in the middle going up like that. But this one, you can smell. I love that smell. It's like a fresh tree. Too bad it fell, but possibly in the future we might use that for wood to burn. There's a river down below. I think I might try to go up. I think going up is easier than going down. If I try to go down that, I might end up rolling down. So this is pretty cool, being on top of here. I haven't been up here in a long time. Trying to see where I am. We used to have a sledding hill. We used to call it like Devil's Peak or something like that. And I think it's around here somewhere. We walked down here and it's pretty much almost straight down, but the last like 5 feet was a total drop off. And sometimes if you go fast enough, you can kind of go past the drop off and then eventually go maybe hit the creek. And sometimes it'd be ice, sometimes you fall through. So you can see where it got the name. But we didn't do that much. We did it a few times and then we're like, all right, after a couple bloody noses and no broken bones, but we just stuck to the other trails. There's lots of other hills to go down, a little bit safer. All right, so I've kind of lost my way. The creek is down that way, but there's really no good way to go down this way. I kind of have to go all the way around this way. I haven't walked up here in a long time. You can really see everything up here. My dad actually deer hunts right up there, and it's like a similar location kind of. He can see the kind of the valley down on one side, and then on the other side he can see everything else. This is pretty cool. I never get a chance to walk up here. I usually walk down there. All right, so this might be it, I guess. I just wanted to check out the river and show you guys how much it does change out here almost every time it rains, especially how it did last night. I knew it wouldn't take long. If we had a couple of those nights in a row, the river always gets pretty large. So I guess I'll say goodbye. I wanted to see a deer. I've been seeing 2 fawns and the mother walking around a lot, and then like a small buck. He had a few horns, I think 4. Oh, I thought that was a mushroom, one of those puff mushrooms. It's just a rock. All right, well, I think that's about it. Hopefully you guys are having a good day. Today's perfect. The weather is really nice, got a nice little breeze. It's probably like maybe 80 degrees. If you're in the shade, it might be a little bit less. All right, guys, hope you guys are doing well. we'll see you guys next time. Hopefully one of these times I can catch some frogs. That's the plan, but I think the frogs are just a little confused right now. I didn't see many jump. I think there's just a few, but usually when you walk through there, you see a lot more. So anyway, guys, hopefully doing well. I left an apple up there for one of the deer, and he still hasn't picked it up. All right, guys, you guys take care. I was hoping a deer would walk by. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.